What's up, peoples? It's Gendo here, and welcome back to the Basque Boys. As always, if you're still enjoying the series, please do go and drop it a like. Now, today we got ourselves a matchup versus our rivals in Real Sociedad, and then it's European Knights versus PAOK. But before we get to that, let's take a look and see how we've done since the last episode. And still today, we have not lost in the league, but we did come away with a couple questionable draws versus Malaga and Cordoba, both 0-0. Both of them, I did throw in a little bit of a rotated side, but still, these were teams that we should have come away with wins against, especially Cordoba, who are currently last place. But we did come away with two other wins in the league. A 4-2 victory over Getafe, the very next match after the last episode. John Batista, Herrera, Villalibre getting themselves goals, and then a 4-1 victory over recently promoted Valladolid. We got a couple of own goals to help us out as well, but Mikel Merino, the proper goal scorer on our side, getting himself a brace. And then 3-2 against Juventus in the rematch versus last season. And take a look at this. At home, Villalibre, Muniain, and Herrera coming up big. Juventus did make it a match. They did make it very interesting, getting themselves a couple of goals from Higuain and Bonucci to tie it up, but it was that Herrera goal with the last 15 minutes to seal the victory. It was a very even match in terms of shots, roughly 9-10 shots for both of us. We did have more possession, so that could have factored into us coming away with an extra goal or at least more chances. But other than that, I think that the match could have ended in a draw. I would have been fine with a draw versus Juventus based off of how we were playing and how they were playing, but we did edge them out in the very end. And as of right now, we are currently one of two teams that remain unbeaten in La Liga, Barcelona being the others. They are currently sitting up at the top. We are fourth place behind Atletico and Sevilla, sitting on 15 points after 7 matches, but we do have a match in hand on Atletico. We could jump them. We may not be able to jump Sevilla and definitely not Barcelona, but at least we're still top 4 this early on. And one last thing before we get into today's matches, the Copa del Rey draw has taken place, and in a shocking turn of events, we have been drawn into the side of the bracket that has both Real Madrid and Barcelona. The good thing is, one of those two teams is going to get knocked out in the 5th round, as both of them could advance out of their side into the 5th, and then only one of them will get into the quarterfinals. I see us automatically getting ourselves through to the quarterfinals. It's just a matter of who are we going to be taking on at that point in time. Is it going to be Real or is it going to be Barcelona? And we all know the history between myself and Barcelona. I feel like I have a better chance to take them on than Real. But that's not something we have to worry about until later. Let's get into the here and now and take on our rivals. And we're going to be traveling to San Sebastian today to take on Real Sociedad. The formation, we're going to use the 4-3-3 with the V formation, and the lineups as follows. Ruffier in net, Leque, Laporte, Martinez, Azpilicueta along the back line. San Jose is our defensive mid, who is starting to decline. Got to worry about that. Herrera, Merino is our 2 center mids. Muniain, Herviasa on the wings, and of course, Mr. Asier Villalibre sitting up top. It's a rivalry match. It don't get no bigger than this unless it was probably in a Europa or Champions League final, but it's still a gigantic match. We need to come away with the pride of the city at hand, so let's go kick off and see what happens. Ultimately, though, after 20 minutes so far, we have held the majority of the ball, not had a lot of chances. We also need to do very well in keeping control of the ball. We cannot make stupid passes like that. This formation is on control for a reason. That is a weak goal. Oh my lord, how does Ruffier let something like that go through? Facundo Colidio has just put Sociedad up 1-0. So I don't know if this was deflected or not, but that should have been saved. At least, one of my defenders should have come up and made a tackle. Okay, it was not deflected. Ruffier getting his hand out there, not really doing much with it, and we're losing. Ruffier is starting to decline, it looks like, but his stats don't show it, so I don't know what the problem is. Maybe it's the guys that are in front of him that are making him look bad. Case in point, Azpilicueta on a 6'4", Martinez on a 6'6", they're not helping matters much. Villalibre on a 6'5", looking frustrated, but that's because we're not getting the ball up to him. Other than that, the boys are just not doing good whatsoever, so they need to do something different in the second half. We're going to swap around. We're going to swap down to a counter tactic. We're going to throw everything forward and see what sticks, basically. So yeah, we're going to be staying with the 4-3-3 formation, just moving down to a counter in the hopes that we can then do something with the ball. We've had the majority of the possession. Why can't we take our chances? Why can't we move the ball into the 18-yard area and get some shots on net? 54 minutes on now, ball being thrown forward. Merino in the center of the park, finding some space, trying to find some space. Can't really do it, though. Merino, we're going out through the middle when the middle is not the spot that we should be taking, but I stand corrected. Mikel Merino from the top of the box has just leveled this match up. It's 1-1. Let's take a look at this again on the replay because I'm kind of in shock over how delicately he placed that. And let's take a look at that. Side of the D, on the outside of the foot into the far corner. 67 minutes on now, ball being lumped forward from Real Sociedad. Thought we would have come away with that as Shabby, who has just been subbed on, missing that interception. Now Coidio slipping it to Ojino and just on the outside of the post. Thought for sure Sociedad were coming through and getting a lead. 4 minutes left and not really much has happened since that last chance by Real Sociedad, but I stand corrected. 3 minutes of stoppage time about to be hitting the clock as we're about to take over the 90, and the ball is in Sociedad's court. They're doing very well to move it forward. Fry out on the wing, cutting inside. We just need a decent interception, take the ball off, and then go forward with it ourselves. It's Ismaili out there on the wing. Good interception by Shabby, but what can we do with it? He's kind of stuck in a corner. Doesn't have anybody to pass it off to. And here comes Sociedad once again off of a really bad pass. Laporte going through Colido. Is he going to get sent off? It's another episode where I get a red card. I can't finish a match with 10 men on the pitch. I don't understand. I just do not understand why I cannot finish a match with 10 men on the pitch or 11 men on the pitch. This is pissing me off. Now we need to drop back down, and Chelsea's going to have to drop down. Counter. It doesn't even matter at this point in time. It really doesn't. There's still 3 minutes on the clock. There's not going to be much of anything to do. But it's just another game, another episode where I'm down to 10 men because my players don't know how to control themselves. And this time it's Laporte, who rarely gets red cards. But all in all, it is going to end up in a 1-1 draw, another draw in this league. To be fair, I think a draw is the better result at this point in time compared to the 0-0s that I just showed you earlier. Boys, what in the hell is wrong with you that you cannot and will not rush into challenges? And believe me, whenever I see players that are on yellow cards, I tell them to not mark as tight, not tackle harder and whatnot, just tell them to ease off. This one was completely out of the blue. And he's going to be fined a week's wages because he's a bell end, and he accepts his fine. That's good. He better have accepted his fine. I wasn't going to take no for an answer. All right, now we get to our match versus PAOK, and there's definitely going to be a couple of changes going forward. First of which, the formation. We're going with the 4-2-3-1, and yes, it's away from home, but I feel like all-out attack is definitely going to help us out here. Also, a couple of positional changes, and we'll get to that as we go over the lineup. Ruffier is going to stay in net. Leque, Martinez, Ramalho, and Monreal going to be on the left side today. In the middle, Linton Jr. coming in, as well as Ander Herrera out there. Muniain, Inchausti, and Shabby as our attacking mids. Sitting up front, though, Villa Libre, that remains the same. I feel like a little bit of a squad shakeup, not just because it's European nights, but because we want to get some fitness back, as well as see if we can get some players' confidences up. So that's why we're going with this formation. Hopefully it will come away with at least a draw. A win is always good. And we are going to be in our alternate greens today, PAOK in the whites. And it looks like PAOK also going to be coming out in a 4-2-3-1. Usually in a battle of 4-2-3-1s, it's just going to end up in a draw. Don't even know if we're going to be able to score, but hopefully we can break through their back line and get some goals today. 21 minutes on now, and the ball is coming forward. Also, I just realized I saw on the pitch Sabine. If you remember all the way back in our first season, Sabine has been sold to PAOK and actually getting a start here today. He has done very well for PAOK since we sold him off to him. As you can see right there, assisting Kise Thien, but Thien just does not get the shot off. Sabine making wonders happen. We need to mark him down. But so far, we've had 6 shots compared to PAOK's 1. That was their only shot. We haven't had a lot of the ball, but playing this type of formation, we're not going to have a lot of the ball. We just want to get the ball in front of net and just shoot the goals. I don't know what to say, guys, as we come up to halftime. That only shot that you just saw, that was the only highlight in the first half. It's been very uneventful. Villa Libre on a 6-4, not doing very well whatsoever, so he's going to come off for John Batista. Everyone else doing fairly average. Don't want to make too many changes. Javi Martinez, got to watch out with that yellow card. But boys, yeah, I'm just going to yell at them saying I'm far from pleased with what I'm seeing from this team because they're not doing well against the team that we probably should. And I'm just not seeing the quality today as PAOK, 2 minutes in, already in the ascendancy. We need to start, go through guys, tackle the ball off of them. They're just passing it around without any sort of pressure from any of our players. Look at this. We do have guys marking them, but we just don't have the pressure. Are you serious? Once again, that is almost a carbon copy of the Sociedad goal, that it was a worm burner, very, very slow along the ground, and the goalkeeper just can't get there. Why is Ruffier so bad all of a sudden? Why is Ruffier so bad all of a sudden? That wasn't really a hard-struck shot. Ruffier, what are you doing? Defense, what are you doing? This team is starting to unravel before my very eyes. They're just not performing well whatsoever. And I don't know where to make the changes. I mean, we need to do well offensively. We've had 13 shots. But this match and the last match are just going to be completely devoid of any sort of highlights. And already we're into stoppage time. 3 minutes of stoppage time on the clock. Can we somehow find a last-minute equalizer? We got the ball back, but we need to hold on to it. I have it set to mixed passing. It's not like they should be throwing it up long every single time. Pablo Hervias, who's just been subbed on, getting it through, takes a shot. It's just wide. Oh, that was the chance. But as it stands, it looks like we're just not going to win. Oh, against a team that we probably should have. The one team, in all honesty, that we should be coming away with 6 points, both home and away. And we're not going to get a win here. Oh, this is garbage. This is absolute filth that we're going to lose 1-0 and possibly have played one of the worst games that we have ever played. 21 shots, 6 of them on target. You guys should have come away with a win. You guys should have come away with a goal. Should not have lost. Should have drawn. Should have drawn. I would have taken that. But a loss, unacceptable. Against a team like PAOK, this should never have been a loss. At all. Yes, I am mad. Can you tell, Javi? You should have f***ing did your job. And the rest of the team should have done their f***ing job and come away with all 3 points. But instead, you let yourself down, you let me down, you let your fans down. And the bad thing is, I don't think I can fine anybody for poor performance. It has to be something like a 6-2 or lower. Everybody was in a 6-5, 6-6 range. So I can't even fine them and make a statement saying that, yay, you should have got your shit together and got yourselves some goals and made the match competitive. But instead, you didn't. And you deserve this result. God damn. I mean, where's Ilya? Where's Ilya at all this?
It's only a game. Why you have to be mad?
Of course it is only a game, but when the players are playing so poorly, when I know they can do better, of course it's going to get me mad. So why cannot they play to a level that they should be playing against teams that are worse than them? I just don't understand it. And it's been a constant thing. Not just this season, but in seasons past. But anyway, guys, if you like what you saw, please go and hit that like button, share, subscribe, and all that jazz. If you want to talk about the episode or the series as a whole, please leave comments in the comment box below. If you also want to take a look and see one of my recent videos that I did for FM Scout, Roberto Mancini as West Ham manager, take a look at the video in the left-hand side. But anyway, guys, this is Gendo, and I'll see you next time. Take care, and peace out.